This is Dr. Ned Hallowell with an episode of Distraction. Today I'm going to take up an article. It appeared in a website called Quartz Subscribe, and it's written by a man named Mark Manson, January 1st, 2016. And the title is, You Probably Know to Ask Yourself, What Do I Want? Here's a way better question. And what he gets at is, instead of just asking, what do you want, ask yourself, what are you willing to suffer to get to what you want? What pain are you willing to sustain? Are you willing to go to the gym and work out if you want a great body? Are you willing to work endless hours if you want to climb the corporate ladder, learn how to play politics? And his article says, sometimes I ask people, how do you choose to suffer? And he says that question is more revealing than asking someone, what do they want? He says, who you are is defined by the values you are willing to struggle for. People who enjoy the struggles of a gym are the ones who get in good shape. People who enjoy long work weeks and the politics of the corporate ladder are the ones who move up it. This is not a call for willpower or grit. This is not another admonishment of no pain, no gain. This is the most simple and basic component of life. Our struggles determine our successes. So choose your struggles wisely, my friend. And so let me react to it. I think it's a really interesting article, and I'm glad Sarah gave it to me, and it's certainly better than the "What do you want?" article. That sort of says, well, I want to be happy, I want to be rich, I want to be famous, I want to, your typical wish list. And he says, well, you can't get those things without suffering unless you just have them given to you or you inherit them. So which kind of pain do you want? And what I would add to that is simply that it's not really necessarily a matter of choice. I would say, what struggles do you find yourself coming back to over and over again? I guess I say that because of my own experience. I find myself coming back over and over again to a very, very difficult struggle, which is the struggle to write a book. As Samuel Johnson said, no one but a blockhead ever wrote except for money. And writing is an extremely unforgiving discipline. It's sort of like golf. You never shoot a perfect score. You never shoot a score nearly as good as you want it to be. Even Shakespeare, it wasn't perfect. I mean, writing is unbelievably difficult to do, and yet I find myself coming back to it over and over and over again. It makes no sense. If someone tells me they want to be a writer, I say, please try to talk yourself out of it. The only reason to be a writer is if you really can't not be a writer. And so I would add that to the equation. I didn't choose the struggle of writing. It sort of chose me. I kept finding myself returning to my first blank piece of paper when we used pen and paper, which is how I started. I think there is the element of the unconscious that comes into play, the element of predilection, where what you're called to do. And I think that's where this choice thing can lead you. Even in my work in psychiatry, I feel it's a calling. So, I've chosen two professions, writing and psychiatry, that are, as professions go, very difficult. And not high status and not high paying, but I felt a calling for both of them, that I almost couldn't not do them. I think oftentimes the people who do it best, they didn't seek out to do it. They sort of stumbled into it. It found them. They couldn't avoid it. I bet all of you listening have things that you're doing that you feel this way about, that you love it and you hate it, but you can't not do it. That's your life's work. When you find something that you just can't not do it. I'm meant to be doing this kind of work. The question the article raises about choosing your struggle, I don't know so much as the struggle chooses us, and What are the struggles you find yourself coming back to over and over again? If you find yourself coming back to something over and over again, maybe that's your calling. Anyway, these are my thoughts. I'd love to get your thoughts on this issue. It's a fascinating question. What do we want, and do we choose our struggles, or do our struggles choose us? This is Dr. Ned Hallowell with another episode of Distraction, wishing you all very well.